Yo, 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 what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. To all the returning friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessings. Give some of y'all some time, tune back in. Apologies for the pushback. It had been an active morning already, but nonetheless, if you don't get none in the morning, you're definitely gonna get sun in the afternoon. Ain't gonna be too crazy on the end of the day today. Jamel, what's going on, my guy? Just Jay, baby. First things first. Hopefully, everybody having a blessed and productive Monday. Hopefully, everybody had a blessed weekend. Hopefully, everybody was able to uh, move on with plans that they was moving on with. For those who are celebrating birthdays, you already know it's Scorpio season. For all the Scorpios out there, may y'all have another blessed one around the sun. You know, keep creating memories and keep doing what you do. Prince, what's going on, my guy? For those celebrating birthdays this week and even into the following weekend, again, make sure you enjoying all that you need to enjoy. Enjoy every minute of your special day. Be thankful again that you got breath in your ear, breath of life to keep moving the ball forward in your life. Appreciate everybody that tuned in Thursday for the conversation. Definitely was a great one. You know, those that missed it, y'all can catch that replay definitely. Chef, what's going on, my guy? But tackle a couple of little things. Um, First things first, I'm gonna tackle the safety portion of things. Popcorn, what's going on? Tamika, baby. For those who got children, for those who might be going and taking their kids trick or treating, especially the young ones, um, please make sure that everything is going accordingly. 22, what's going on, my guy? Again, please make sure that everything is moving accordingly. I know some of y'all are going to be going to different homes and houses, and I know it's supposed to be for the kids, but you still got to be mindful because you know if some of y'all remember a couple years ago, we had people that was bringing that safety to the news about be careful with the candy that you taking, accepting. You know, double check your kids' candy basically to make sure there's nothing in there that can harm them or worse. You know, because right now we still have slight instances of people just doing evil and spiteful stuff. Like a couple of years ago, some of y'all had to be wary because you had neighbors who were either giving out old candy or they was giving out candy that was tampered with, basically. Now you can't have that. You know, you don't want to think you giving your child candy and it could be something else. You know, so again, be careful and who be careful on which neighbors you accepting candy from, and again, make sure at the end of the night or whenever you finish whatever you're doing, just make sure all the candy and everything else is set properly. And also, again, make sure that they don't overdose on the candy neither. Um, it is the truth, though. Just start paying more attention to things because we already see what's going on. They trying to mess with certain food items as is already. And again, you have people who couldn't be that slick. Probably done tampered with the candy, resealed it back up, and then just waiting for the proper time to do so. So again, just be careful, and also just make sure there's nothing going on where you would have to be running or trying to get up out of harm's way. Because in certain situations, it's not always about being mindful and watchful on the candy that you're giving to your kids. It's about just being wise and smart about where you at exactly. Because you got people still running around here, um, throwing eggs and doing all sorts of whatever. Childish behavior basically. Again, you gotta always remember to check anything and everything when it comes down to your kids, because you don't want your kids falling in that spot right there. But again, just be mind and wise. Safety more than anything. You're gonna need that right now. Safety. You know. But that's what I'm saying though. You just gotta be mindful of what's going on in your community, and even if you're going outside of your community to do something, just be safe. Got your kids with you. You know, at a certain time anyway, you should be bringing your kids in anyway, because at a certain time, that's when some of the excuse me, but some of the fuck shit starts happening. Yeah, before I go left again. But you are supposed to definitely make sure your children are basically up to par and on goal when it comes to certain events. Now, see, this past weekend and even parts of this week, like in my area, there's a lot of different things going on since Halloween is landing on a Thursday. So, prime example, this past Friday they had about what, two Halloween parties that was going on. And even for some of you adults out there, you going out to these events, you going out to chill and have a good time. Just make sure everything is where it needs to be at. Make sure you in a safe zone. Make sure you have the proper people around you, and just try to enjoy what you can enjoy. Um, One thing you don't want to be is wrapped up in something and not really knowing what happened. You know. And again, with some of you women out there too, be careful about these parties you going to. And make sure that you got the right people with you, safety wise. Patty, baby. Because right now, even though you know, even though it's supposed to be not even a joyous occasion, even though we know it's just a makeshift whatever for the kids, still you still gotta be safe. Because anything can happen even to adults. There have been situations where people were supposed to be going to these Halloween events, and either 9 out of 10 they was either in the hospital or then came across some issue where it could have got worse for them. Again, especially with you ladies, be careful when you in these parties and stuff. I don't care if you in a club, house party, whatever. Start watching out for your drinks. That's one thing I'm gonna give everybody, fellas too. Watch out for your drinks. If you drinking and doing whatever, make sure everything is everything. Don't take your eyes off of anything that's in your possession. Any drink item or whatever in your possession, yo, you know, make sure that everything is everything. Don't take your eyes off. And the minute you do and you feel something, order another drink or something. Because you never know. Somebody could have walked past you, slip something in there, you'll never know. That's why they always tell you to be visual and be clear in things that you don't, you know. So this way there won't be issues. Because look how many issues or look how many problems we have had over the course of whatever. People not paying attention, somebody done spike they drink. And then we have situations where there's sexual attacks happening or just a whole bunch of whatever happening, and that person will be oblivious to everything until the following day. You got to be careful everywhere you step. You know, and again, if you're going out to have a good time, you definitely got to be careful. Nothing should deter you from. Nothing should ever deter you from going out and having fun, and that's real raps. Nothing, and I mean nothing, should stop you from living your life. But you also got to remember this too. You got to be safe in what you're doing and safe in every aspect. Because if you're not, trust me, it'll come back to bite you. Jared, what's going on, my guy? Those that just tuned in, y'all make sure you hit that like button. But yeah, you gotta be careful. Ladies, I tell y'all to be careful the most because in certain instances, y'all are the most susceptible to fall to a crime. Not saying men don't fall victims to certain crimes, but that type of crime, especially when it's dealing with drinks and shit like that, nah. It's really imperative that y'all keep yourselves sharp at all points. And if you starting to feel a little woozy because of whatever, or you feeling the type of way about something, you need to let the people you are around, you need to let them know so they know how to maneuver from there. Again, it's about safety system, no matter what you're doing. And again, if you're gonna be out and about in these clubs, you want to be out and about in these environments, make sure that everything is moving accordingly. Make sure nothing got touched. Like again, make sure your drinks are still the same. You smoking with people, whatever the case is, you better make sure you know who you smoking with and make sure you ain't smoking nothing you ain't supposed to smoke. Because that's how some of these people get caught out there. I told y'all a long time ago how one of the dudes I knew, that's exactly how he lost a portion of his mind. He out here worse than smoking in the chicken coop, man. And it's sad because he had talent. But because he wanted to be around everybody trying to fit in, they done slipped some shit in his bud. That nigga mind ain't been right since. And I don't know if it was angel dust or whatever they slipped in his shit, but he ain't been right ever since then. BMF, what's going on, my guy? That's why I tell people. You got to be careful on who you hanging with, who you chilling with, because even if shit seem cool, these people could be after you. These people could be trying to do something to you to put you out there. Exactly, Miss Patty. And that's how it's supposed to be when you out and about in these areas, especially when you know there's going to be multiple people there. You got to be watchful and mindful on what you going through. You don't want to be drinking something that you thought was something good, and then you come to start getting woozy or dizzy or even pass out. And that's the thing. Once you feel like you are not feeling right all in all, it's time for you to get up out of Dodge because you never know what the next things could be. And I say that because let's look at some of the people who really went through it. Went to an area, thought everything was cool, and then come to find out they was the victims, and they had to find out the next day the victims of attacks. All because they wasn't aware of anything. They had loss of memory. So anything can happen at that point. Anytime you're in a place of business like that, you have to always be mindful. And that's the thing. Again, knowing who to align yourself up with. But I've always said you just gotta always be better be safe than sorry. You know, when you are going and attending these places, yeah, you need to be mindful on your food and drinks, but you also need to be mindful on the people that you're around. Because let's not forget, some of these people went through certain things because their friends left them on stuck. Their friends were supposed to be having their back or watching their back, but instead of that, they just left them on dead. Now, again, what I was saying a long time ago to some of y'all, if you have already been a victim of something like that, you better be choosing your friends carefully from that day on. Because if your friends left you out there to hang and dry, then guess what? They wasn't friends to begin with. See, but that's the thing though, Jared. Not saying you ain't gonna come across people and meet new people, because that's the thing. In life, you always gonna keep meeting and greeting new people or meeting and greeting people. It's not saying again to be scary about living life. Nah, you just gotta know exactly. You just gotta know exactly who you hanging with. You gotta make sure that they actions are legit. You gotta make sure that everything around them is legit. Serious, baby. It's not saying that you can't go out, make friends, have fun, and do stuff like that. Shit, I'm a prime example of. I be out with a majority of my friends even before this damn app came into place. I could be out with a whole bunch of my people right now. Prime example. Those gonna be the same people that rock out and already know we rode out together. We gonna keep riding out together. And even if you're going to incorporate certain new ones around, again, make sure that they sound. Make sure that everything is where it needs to be at. Make sure everything is copacetic. You know, be cautious about who you letting into your circle. Be cautious about who you letting around you, because you never know what the situation could be. And I tell somebody, whether you meet friends in real time, you meeting friends in on internet, or whatever it is, even at social events, whatever it is you're doing, again, just make sure that the people that you are building with are solid and going to remain solid. If a person says that I'm going to make sure you get to your destination and back, that's what needs to happen. When I used to have people coming from deep outside of my borough to come out here, especially when it was the females, oh, the same way they came out here was the same way they going back home in one piece. Because that's how it's supposed to be. Oh, you don't gotta walk me to the. I'm walking you to the train station anyway, because you can't trust shit out here, especially when you leaving late nights. Fellas, you got people coming to visit you, female friends or just friends in general. You do the right thing. Make sure that if they, if they, especially they not from the area, make sure they get into where they gotta get to. They getting transportation from train, bus, or even cab service. Make sure everybody is where they need to be at. D Truth, what's going on, my guy? Anybody that ever came to visit me and chill out with me, it didn't matter. Now, if you family, or you people that I've been resonating with, at certain points, nigga, I ain't walking you nowhere. I'll walk you to the elevator. I'll walk you wherever, but I ain't walking you where you think I'm gonna walk you. You came out here by your damn self. Now you gotta come like, but no. Majority of the time, you gotta do that. Like I said, when they're not familiar with the area, and yeah, shouts to the plug, y'all. Shouts to the plug. Now, when you're not familiar with the area, yeah, you always supposed to make sure everything is copacetic. All right, let me make sure you get to your destination. Then I'm gonna go back to mine. Marlene, baby. That's what I'm saying. Just again, be careful of who you align yourself with, because not everybody gonna have your best intentions at heart. We've seen situations where people have come out to come meet with people, and then some of these people haven't made it back home, or went missing, or things went left. You know, any real one is gonna make sure that you straight, regardless to what. Especially if you was taking the time out to come visit and do whatever. All right, well, let me make sure that you're in the right position when you going home. But All in all, though, as you're going out this week, because I know again some of y'all are going to. There's a lot of festivities going on right now. A lot of festivities this week. Because again, even though Halloween is landing on a Thursday, a lot of people are starting their celebrations from this past weekend. Like I said, it was a couple of little Halloween joints out here this past weekend, and even during the week. And that's anywhere. I hear you, bro. I hear you. You headed to the plantation. I'm on vacation this week. Probably won't be back the next week. Yes, baby. Yes, baby dispatch. Yes. Yes. But, again, there are situations where you can avoid certain things from happening. Again, just be careful. And if you know you're going somewhere where it could be a little dangerous, you got to make sure you got some form of protection with you, some form. But shoot, I always said that when you go on to visit people, especially people that are living in dangerous areas to a degree, at a certain time you should be leaving anyway because you don't know what could happen, what could take place, or what could take shape. And you definitely do not want to be on the revolving end of that one. Again, if you're gonna go out this week and do whatever, hey, again, just make sure you with the right set of people. And the most thing to remember is even if you are with the right set of people, just have fun. See, that's the thing. We're gonna go through things in life. Not everything is gonna be a happy moment, but there doesn't have to be a depressing moment neither for some. Some people need to learn to get the fuck out. Actually, that's the problem. They need to learn to get the hell out sometimes. And maybe just maybe some of the things they think about won't be in their mindset. Like if you thinking that every time you go outside something bad is gonna happen, okay, it could be that. Guess what? There's also a big chance that something good can happen when you go outside. But how would you know if you're not getting the hell out your damn house? You know, I understand there's certain things that have changed the mindsets of people. So now some people are leery about going out, or some people just leery about being outside to a degree. But you still got to get out. Like I said, the only way, and it's not even acceptable because, well, shit, it is acceptable because you old, you done did what you need to do, grant that. But in the same token, you still need to get out. Get out. Explore shit. See what's going on. I had to tell a couple people recently that I fuck with. The same thing. Like, you still gonna have your core people. You always gonna have your core people around you. But when you're doing certain things like you're moving business ventures, you're gonna have to get out of that antisocial behavior. Like you gotta be able to communicate with almost everybody. I gotta be able to sit down and have reasonable conversations, especially if this is supposed to be your way of building things. And you're gonna have to go out and do certain things, certain events, shit you might not want to do. But this is what's required, especially if this is what you're doing. Like if you're promoting, prime example. If I'm supposed to be promoting the club, I'm the club promoter. Even if I don't want to be out, I'm gonna have to be out because I gotta do what's needed. It's not because not everything is just gonna get seen on social media. I still gotta go out there, put out flyers. I still gotta have to probably go out there, promote the clubs to the people, so on and so forth. Word, what's going on, my guy? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's live your life to the fullest. Don't live your life with limits. I think that's what the problem is right now with some people. You're living your life with limitations. There should never be limitations when it comes to how far you progressing or how far you're ready to go. Like if you already made that stern decision, prime example, to promote and do that, right? Then you got to be consistent. Now, unless you sick and you really can't really maneuver and do something, that's different. But While you still healthy, while you still breathing, and while you still doing what you need to do it. And that's the problem. Some people have gotten into that stage of I can't trust nothing because y'all following certain things that's going on just within the news, and some of the stuff that they report, guess what? It might not even be affecting your area as of yet. So again, you wouldn't know that unless you actually are out and about to go do something. Take these safety advices for the week. For those who might be doing either traveling, for those who could be celebrating their birthdays on a high up and up, or just take these as safety precautions, period, because you know you're going to be moving in these areas. Uh, don't sit your drinks and foods down, you know that part. And don't keep your eyes off of your surroundings overall. You're going to need to watch every little thing, every little detail. But again, make sure the people you are around are solid. You do not want to be a victim or a casualty of anything. So again, you know, always keep yourself active. And when stuff don't feel right off the rip, you already know where to go from there. You know, like for some of you ladies, if you was feeling good up to a certain point and now you're not feeling good, you need to let your peoples know what it is. Just in case if you do decide to say, you know what, I'm ready to leave, or you know what, I'm just gonna head on home. You know, give out the fair warning. My thing is, I've always believed in situations like this. If we all came together, we all gonna leave together. I'm not leaving you for stuck out unless you telling me something. Now, unless you already got something on the side planned and you already mentioned it, nah, we came together, we leaving together. That's it. I'm not gonna leave you all the way out here, and then if something does happen, you left on stuck. But you gotta make sure the people around you are solid. That means not running. Sorry, that's the problem. There's a lot of people that come around there, but they be running. When shit get into the thick of things, true friends are gonna actually do what's needed. They're gonna stand right by you. They ain't gonna leave you in no compromising position. Yeah, watch your enemies, but now they trying to say watch your enemies, but watch your friends even closer. Listen, you're supposed to watch both, technically, at least in my opinion. You're supposed to watch both because sometimes your enemies don't even be plotting on you. It could be your own friends, or vice versa. Sometimes it don't be the ones or the friends that you think. It'd be other ones. So just you know what to take when it comes to life. You know, just make sure you solid. Make sure the people around you are solid. And if they really are standing with you, then they standing with you, whether they bloodline or not. Family always supposed to remain thick. Now, see, this is where part of my conversation is about to go. Because yeah, I know almost everybody been covering certain situations, especially with the Little Dirk situation, prime example. You use that as a part of the learning lesson and the learning curve for some that need to hear. From what details have been said and what they've been reporting, again, you got to think about it. You're innocent until proven guilty. So, in that notion right there, if everything that they're saying and reporting is true about the situation, you know, it's a sad notion because again, now you put yourself in a situation where you didn't necessarily even have to do it. Is what's going on, my guy? Love, baby, baby. What's going on? Been a minute. Hope all well with you. Um, I smell iced coffee. My bad, yo. You know when you hear breeze, I'm in the back out. I'm in the back now. Oh, uh huh. About to be a dog fight on this corner. Oh shit. Oh shit. My bad, y'all. Hold on. I got stuck for a second. Oh, uh-oh. Let me see. I got $5 on the light skin one. Stop playing. Yeah, no, but think about it. In that situation right there, we don't fully all know what's going on. We just know what's being reported. We don't know what's actual facts and what's hearsay because you're gonna get a lot of hearsay. It's more about the facts, right? No doubt, BMF. I hear you. But you gotta think about it. Depending on how the situation transpired. Now, for some people, yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. If that happened the way it happened, 9 out of 10, some of that might have been influenced because of online situations. Now, I'm gonna say that because in certain elements of that game and in that field, a lot of it has been, if not self snitching, it's been self glorification or just fan glorification. Because let's be real, when you try to tell somebody, oh, they should do this for somebody, first things first is you're in a position where you're basically a breadwinner now. You're not struggling no more. You put yourself in a position to where you don't have to worry about specific violence every day. You know, you coming up. You try to work hard to get to a certain place in life. Maintain that place in life. If you transition in prime example from street to something else, you gotta be able to leave street aspects alone. Period. Certain aspects of that game, you're gonna have to leave it alone if you want to keep continuing the success of you. In that situation, the internet is to blame to a degree. Keyword again because they was glorifying all of that. Oh, you need to slide for your brother. You need to do this. You need to do that. And if it's not from random people or random fans, probably got friends and family with the same shit. But then again, that's a prime example of just being careful because again, you know, not everybody that say they gang is gang. People are going to make decisions in their lives. Whatever decision you decide to ride with, you better hold it down on all angles. Together, baby. Appreciate you for dropping those links, series, baby. Working hard in these birds on this fucking loaf of bread, baby. But you got to be careful. See, shouts to the plug again, damn. But see, in this situation right here, and that's for anybody that's young 20s, early 30s, don't matter. Wherever you solidify that in life, you got to make sure the people around you are right. You know, when things don't seem right, you got to go. Hey, look here. Uh, it was nice knowing you. I got to cut you off. But just remember this. If you're going to move with that notion of joining gang, right? No matter what gang it is, just know, that old saying is true. Once you in, you in. And when you out, it doesn't matter. You're still going to be in it or a part of it because that's where you decide to lay your foundation at. And again, gotta think. In certain situations, you're gonna encounter a lot of different beefs, whether it's from rivals or it's just from random people. You just gotta be in control of your element again. You're in the stage now where you're making the money that you want to make. You're moving the way you want to move. You're comfortable moving the way you're moving at. You are transitioning from something that probably just wasn't meant. Not it's not meant for some people to be in this life forever. It's not. Well, at least in that life, it's not a long term guarantee for a lot of them. Ain't no real insurance plan. Ain't no real nothing behind that. When you are starting to quote unquote get to the bag, there should be no reason anybody is messing up your notion of continuing to get the bag. The only person that would be able to stop you is you. So again, you would have to be wise once you start getting to a certain element and aspect. Be wise in who you got around you. On the business tip, at least. If you're doing business things, be careful who you got on the business tip. If you want to have your little go, and I'm not condoning nothing, because you know me, I don't condone it. But I'm saying there's some who, regardless of what you say, they're still gonna go and make their own decision. But if that's the decision you're gonna make, then expect a little bit of everything. Oh, you could expect some jealousy, definitely. You could expect some people probably trying to backdoor you once you are at a solidified position. You want to have some people who want your spot flash. That's what I'm saying. You got to be real about that. These are the things you have to deal with when you join the gang. Not everybody gonna be for you the way you for them. And prime example, you was taking care of a person for 12 years to find out that person been wearing a wire the whole time. So this is what I'm saying. This is what you have to worry about too when it comes to that form of life. Because at some point, it's always going to be some form of infiltration, whether you believe it or not. Because not everybody in that damn gang going to be fucking solid. If it's something that they don't want to fucking take a charge for, what you think they going to do? Sorry to say it that way. The organization some of y'all are trying to join, they ain't even fully organized the way they should be. I'm sorry. Nah, it's all good, love, baby. I kind of figured that. But it's all good. It's all good. Long as you good, long as you safe, I'm out. Again, every decision that you make when you're at that at that big table, it has to be solid decisions. Yeah, then and also be prepared to take a lot of different losses, especially if you are still in the gang active and you in that position. You'll always get some form of resistance. Doesn't necessarily stop you from bringing the best that you need to bring into existence. Um, if you're going to continue on the business tip of things, even while you at that seat, then make sure your business is legit. Susan, baby, this is what I'm saying. You're not gonna be able to really rest your head the right way on that side of the fence. That's just me from the outside looking in. Hence what it kept me from. Like, wait a minute. Gotta think about it. I gotta listen to somebody else at the head of the totem pole. I gotta worry about even if I get to the top of that type of totem pole, who gonna be hating, who plotting, who wanna do this, who wanna do that. That ain't cool. You gonna do whatever it is you do it don't. I promote that more than anything. Be wise in your decisions. Even if you're already on that side of the fence and ain't no going back. All right, well, make sure you're making solid decisions. That ain't gonna get you jammed up or wrapped up. Because not everybody gonna be able to get that message. And by the time some of them people get the message, it's already too late. Like in this situation right here, wherever he had a clear mindset to really sit down and just think, should have just made whatever plans he should have made from it. But again, this is still fresh. So me giving my hard take on that, or my intake on that actually, and my professional view on it is that, you kind of made two wrong decisions, and those two wrong decisions are costing you right now. And even if everything blows over, let's say if everything does blow over, right? Now, you in that position, you still gotta think about it. They're still gonna hold you because it's a federal case, regardless to what. And depending on what's on those tapes and everything else, and you never know what could happen. But the fact that you are losing a portion of life right now because of specific decisions, man, you kind of wish it didn't happen. But see, when it comes to certain cultures and things like that, that's what you got to expect. It's really try to ride or die for your squad, but in the same token, you're losing out on a lot of different things, especially when you finally at the top of the ladder where you wanted to be at. In certain situations, you can't put yourself involved in anything. You gotta remember, you're still a public figure, so everybody gonna be looking at you. You the man there, or you the woman there. Can't go crashing out just because. Again, in certain situations, you learn to not even partake and don't stress it out. Certain scenarios, it's almost like you want a reaction. You gotta be wiser than that, because when you're dealing with business, you can't get emotional on a business deal, or you can't get emotional on a deal in general. Hence, when you're supposed to have your head sharp and say, "Well, they give me an offer on this, I'm gonna counteract them, or I'm gonna counteract that with this." That's why you gotta keep a cool head. Can't be too emotional on any and everything that's going on. Focus on the things you need to focus on. That's solid. Cool gamer, what's going on, my guy? Again, don't let that emotion be your downfall for real. Certain scenarios, yes, you are supposed to do the right things. Supposed to supposed to really be there for your people. But there's certain scenarios that if it's out of your control, you can't do much about nothing. And you definitely can't listen to outside interference, negativity, or hearsay. As a prime example, for those who really going where I'm going right now with it. Most of y'all that really have been movie fanatics, right? When it came to certain movies, you see what the hell going on, right? Come on there. There's always going to be somebody in that game that's not going to be that solid. And they'll try to say, oh, that's a false portrayal. Nah, that's a real portrayal. That's a real portrayal because, again, there's a lot of people that's in gangs like that. Any sneaking or any backdooring just to try to get above or to excel past, what you think they're going to do? The only loyalty you really have when it comes to a gang is the ones that you've been solid with from day one. And if they ain't never change up on nothing, then you pretty much good. Your A1 day ones, basically. Your sandbox committee. They always gonna be solid, right? But everybody else that came around, you gotta be mindful. You know? And that's the other disparaging thing about it. I gotta make sure my own quote unquote brother or sister from this nation ain't trying to plot or trying to take me down for something. Or trying to get me wrapped up in something. You know, that's what I'm saying. You got to make your choices, man. You know, certain people will do those necessary things just because, again, it's following the family, it's following the flock, right? But in the same token, guess what? What you following them to? Because in that life, and that's not just anything movie wise, show wise. That's just life in general. Outside of all of that, there is no real upside to certain situations. You're not gaining nothing. To some degree, what are you really gaining? You're not gaining no real money, not really gaining no real education, no prosperity. In certain scenarios, you spending more money trying to keep yourself out of jail than you make it. You know, like come on, now. Just gotta think about a lot of different scenarios and situations when it comes to that. But again, it's solely up to you. How you doing, mama? Yeah, no, but I'm saying, love, baby. I'm talking about like just in general. Nah, just you. Your A1 day one's always gonna be legit. That's not the issue. But you see, look, you're not in the gang. I'm just saying for those who are in the gang, or for those who was thinking about getting into the gang, following people into the gang. Again, unless you solid in doing that for yourself, you don't follow what everybody else does. You know, everybody could be joining the set. There could be a new gang being made right now, and they accepting any and everybody, right? I don't mean everybody got to jump on the bandwagon. I get where you're going with the love, baby, though. Know, in certain scenarios, you always keep it small and keep it tight. In this situation right here is like only reason why I feel bad is because you finally was, at least from what I seen, in the greatest position of your life. You come from an area where it's not liable or plausible for some to even make it past 21. And you made it into a certain area of adulthood. So now, trying to move better, you should have thought about that in the midst of making your bread. One thing again, you got to remember: nobody stops your bread but you. And if you plan on trying to feed and do everything like you say for your communities, then again, you got to be ready for everything. You have to be solid in your decision making. And if there's certain things that don't require a decision to be made at all, you don't make it. Shay, baby. You already know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. And if y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. But it's the truth. Nobody stops your emotion but you. And if you want to play into certain situations, then you basically messed yourself up. You messed yourself up out of an even greater and a better position, or even a better outcome on things. You probably could have got to a position where you ain't even got to do much no more. You can sit back and promote what you need to promote. Prime example for some of y'all. You want to be about that music, you want to be independent and all that other stuff. Okay, well, you got to make sure you got people with the same independent mindset. Everybody need to know their position when it comes to building a business, or doing any form of music or anything of a collective together. Everybody got to be on board. Everybody got to be able to push away everything else and worry about the main focuses. How we going to keep building so we can continue to keep building. Keeping certain situations out of the business aspect of things. If that's where you're really trying to go. Because again, nobody plans on doing certain things forever. Some people don't plan on rapping forever. Some people plan on trying to do what they can do and then promote the people that they know they can promote. Push the people they know they could push. They ain't got to do much. Again, put yourself into a position where now you are controlling everything. You got everything under control. Like you run an independent label, just make sure everything is everything. But the main thing is making sure everybody getting a equal cut on what they supposed to get. That right there, a lot of times will force people's hands, especially people that you might even be tight with. Oh, you ain't trying to break bread? All right, well, watch this. But again, everybody got to know their position. It's really about it. Everybody got to know their damn position. And then from there, you just keep moving forward. You need people that know how to promote. Well, you got them. You need people that's really going to push the brand and do this and do that. Guess what? You got them. I feel from that business part of things, if you want to run certain things, hey, run it the right way. Run it by the book. This way, ain't nothing to be looked at. I mean, that's real raps. If you're doing everything by the books, they ain't got nothing to really look at. They ain't got nothing to come for. They ain't got nothing to try to target. Everybody is where they supposed to be at. You know, prime example. I could run a label. I could run a record label right now. I could be the CEO, president, all that shit because it's my company. But I'm not doing everything within my company. I'm going to need people that's going to be able to do this. I'm going to need people who's going to be able to do that. Like everybody. I need people. I need people on promotions team. I need people with the producing. People with this, people with that, ARs, all that shit. Right? Everybody gotta know what they good at in that situation. Oh yeah, you good with spotting talent out. Come on, we need you. Talent coordinator, AR, whatever. Come on, we need you. You know, everybody plays a position in that situation right there. You know, but still keep watch for it. All right, everything running smooth. And even if you think something might be a little whatever, or you think it's something that could be tweaked, all right, y'all all got to sit down and have a general meeting on things. That's normally how it goes. But, you know, not every company is doing it the way it's supposed to do it. You just got to be mindful of group settings and everything else. In this boy scenario, you hope for the best because you don't want to see nobody, especially your own melanated people, down and out, especially in that situation. But it is a grave tale for some of y'all to just be careful on what you align yourself with. And even if you're going to do so, just be aware of the consequences that comes with it and stand strong on any and everything. That's really about it. But definitely watch the collective all in all. Now, look, you was taking care of somebody this long for them to sell you down the river. Which is sad. And I'm guaranteeing you, it's more than one person, probably 9 out of 10, who done open their mouths about that situation. So again, depending on what was said and how it was said, it ain't a good look. It ain't a good look. I feel no melanated brother or sister that's in that form of position should have to worry about those type of charges or anything happen. That's going to be a long sit down when you're sitting in them feds. So always be careful in the decisions that you're making in life. Even as adults, you can still make some careless decisions. Those careless decisions, depending on what they are, it might not hurt as bad. Then again, ask yourself again, at the end of the day, is it worth it? Do I really think it's worth, giving up on everything that I really worked hard for? Everything that I proved people wrong on. People didn't think you was going to make it past this age. Proved them wrong. So on and so forth. You got yourself from out of that type of position and put yourself in a more comfortable spot now. You're no longer scratching from the bottom to try to get what you know you deserve or get what you know is owed to you. For anybody that's in that position right there, before it get in the real thick of it, catch yourself. Catch yourself, observe everything, and then from there, you know where to move forward on. You know, no need to keep sacrificing your lives for nonsense. Take this message today for what you will. It is truth. You're gonna sell yourself down the river for what? For the wrong collective of people? You better think twice about it. And it's a little nippy today, love baby, but nonetheless, the sun is still beaming like a mug, so but it feel good on this good old walk anyway. But you gotta think about that. Why put yourself in that damning position? You ride for your people, yes, but you gotta be wise in how you ride them. You can't be a complete crash out or crash test dummy. And again, think for yourself. Before anybody can make a decision for you, you need to learn to make a decision for yourself. Because again, you could listen to the wrong advice, and that right there will put you in the sense of, yeah, now it really will only be a matter of time before it comes crumbling down. I could lose everything just because of that rash decision when I didn't even have to make that decision to begin with. You know, just think about it. Definitely don't want to be sitting up in no feds, and you definitely don't want to be sitting away from family. Again, I preach that message because it's true. It's a lot of you young brothers and sisters out there who are leaving your kids and leaving families on stuff. It really is unfair. It's unfair to them because you're leaving them out here to the wolves. Your main thing is supposed to be protection. So yeah, you protect yourself, your family, you protect everything that's needed, and just keep yourself afloat. The things that don't require energy, don't give it. Keep pushing forward what you need to push forward with. Prosperity, growth. Because again, once you know yourself well. Then you're going to be able to make the right decision business meetings, outside stuff, events, whatever. Because remember, you're always going to be promoting. If that's what you're doing, you're moving in the music aspect of things, you're going to have to keep promoting. You're going to have to keep pushing yourself. You got to make sure everybody is solid. But again, I can say this too. If you was really moving in them streets and now you're in a position of moving in a better light, got to transition from all that street shit. A lot of that is not going to help you. Again, it's just going to cripple you. If anything, it'll destroy you. Learn to leave certain politics alone once you are already in that position of power. You got to be able to, again, maintain who you are as a person. Keep everything on the up and up. Solid business plans, solid motivation, blueprints, you name it. That's what you're going to need. Doesn't matter what form of life you're walking right now. I'm speaking to anybody that really needs to hear this. Might be in a confusing and a bonding spot right now. Most you can do right now, mentally prepare yourself for whatever, spiritually prepare yourself for whatever, and again, focus on life, period. See, some of this situation, and again, I don't wish that on none of my brothers and sisters. Hate the fact that the system has a lot of us brothers and sisters locked down because of whatever, especially those who was on the rise to doing things, you know. But again, when you're moving and you're building and you're doing what you're doing in that field of things, you got to be watchful of everybody, even your gang, because you never know. But if you're around the solid people, you won't have that to worry about because those solid people are going to let you know if you're tripping or not. Those solid people are going to let you know, yo, you know what? You was thinking about this, but yo, I think you should hold off on that. Especially if they got the drop on something. You know, yo, you know what? That deal sounding good, but yo, I think I heard something better. Wait, hear me out on this. You know, business plans. Like how you supposed to do it? You have a general meeting with your peeps, especially when you all building together. You have a general consensus talk, and then from there, everything go back to regular. I've seen a lot of people, whether it's building on a business level from music, sports, entertainment, science, anything. I've seen people building on all accords. Some of them have built the right way because it was all about solid communication. Others flop because of lack of communication. But again, the main thing to remember in that business field is make sure that everybody is getting their equal share. And everybody should be able to accept their equal share. If we all are getting the same amount for doing the same amount of work, shouldn't be no issue. Now, we getting even higher when it comes to that form of things, all right, then everybody's still gonna eat. But at some point, you're gonna have to do certain things in order for you to have your own. So this way you won't feel like, oh well, you know you the breadwinner, so you know you're supposed to make okay, I'm the breadwinner for now. But at certain points you're gonna have to start getting your own. You're gonna have to start doing your own. Period. What you gonna build now? If you decide you probably want to branch up and do something, how you gonna do something when you didn't have nothing to begin with? You didn't save nothing. Things like that you gotta think about. You know, there's a lot of leaves that will fall off of the tree. You know, grow new ones. All right, I put myself in the position. Now I'm gonna put my people in the position. From there, my people gonna have to put their people in the position. You know, you try to pass the blueprint the way you're supposed to throughout the generations. You don't always got to be a follower and a go along, get along person. What you should remember is who you are as a person and how you move as a person. And again, solid decisions you make. You know, you keep certain business affairs where you need to keep it, and other things that you might be trying to think about or things you're trying to implement. You make sure you're getting the right form of information before you do so. Armando, what's going on, my guy? Any form of life, you got to think about it. Life is almost like a business. You're trying to find out what your niche is. You're trying to find out where you want to go from there, how far you want to push yourself. It's a day-to-day job. You meeting new people, you know, you being acquainted with other people that you already knew, and so on and so forth. Again, it's a building process. But make sure you know exactly where you're planning on building. Where's your destination going to be? If this is where you want it to be at, you want to be able to say, I'm going to put myself in a position where I can kick my feet back and watch everything move and I'm going to still eat. All right. Well, make sure everything is where it needs to be at. Make sure your people are solid. If you got people doing financials for you, so on and so forth, you make sure everything is down to the T. Like I said, make sure everybody is getting their share. Make sure everybody is happy and comfortable. If there is some form of uncomfortability, then you're gonna have to have a general meeting about things. Period. It's the only way you're gonna be able to keep your brand when it comes to that solid. Like look at some of the situations you got right now when it comes to music and some of the people. Oh, this person was this and this person was that. And, man, listen. Make sure your people's is happy, but also make sure these are the type of people that are solid. Riaz, what's going on, my guy? Yeah, she done threw some more bread there. Now I got 1,000 pigeons over here. Should have got a picture of this sucker. You know, again, you're elevating yourself to a place you want to be at, right? So, in order to keep doing that and be successful and not have to worry about that form of a downfall, again, you got to be able to eliminate certain aspects of your former life in order for you to gain any measurement in this new life. If your new life is trying to be a breadwinner, feed your people, try to do for your community, like I said earlier, then again, you got to make sure that every aspect of the life you had before is not a part of it no more. And if it is, it needs to still be in the benefit. Look, y'all, I know this is that and third, but we got to wisen up. And to be honest with y'all, there's a lot of y'all that need to wisen up. Don't worry, I'm calling your truancy officer. Don't worry, I'm calling. Nah, I can't. I can't. I can't see nothing. I can't see nothing. But oh, y'all certified G in the trunk? Yeah, all right, all right, all right. Oh, I watched the call for about 12 seconds. About 12 seconds. But you gotta think about that. When you're moving in that type of light, you're gonna be in the public. So again, you need to sit down and have them talks. And even if you still active, prime example, if you are a gang member, you still need to have some form of talk with your people. And your people got to be able to come to some form of common ground on things. Because if it's for the motion of trying to build and get everybody acclimated, how everybody gonna be acclimated when they crashing out? But a lot of y'all need to be mindful because there's some of y'all who are claiming people are snitching on you or they doing this, they doing that. No. You're snitching on yourself when you're presenting certain crimes and certain natures on the internet, regardless. You forgot they all still watching. It's 2024. They all still watching shit. Like I said, when it does become major, you don't want to be in any form of that situation. Just move solid. When you are transitioning, you gotta transition completely. So that means there's gonna be a lot of elements you might have to leave alone. But for the elements you gotta still keep intact, do what you need to do. And again, stay firm and solid when you're supposed to. And hopefully a lot of that is, falsehoods and hopefully he can get back out to try to do something. But again, you never know because what's being said. So again, just make sure the people that's moving with you is moving solid. And if there is some form of unhappiness, resentment, jealousy, or anything else along those lines, then again, y'all need to sit down and talk. And if things still can't get rectified, then all right, you know where to move from there. Be solid in your decisions in life. But again, when you know yourself well enough, you know what to put around you. You know how to put it around you. And when you feel things are going on off side of things, again, know how to counteract. Hopefully this will be a lesson for some of y'all who are out there who trying to make your rise to fame, or you trying to make your rise to something greater in life. You itching, scratching, and fighting. Make sure you itching, scratching, and fighting for all the right reasons. And again, let nobody take you out of that. Nobody's supposed to be able to trick you out your freedom. Nobody's supposed to be able to make you stop making the moves you've been making that's been successful. Think for yourself before you let others think for you. In my opinion, stop being an airhead. Stop being so naive to things. Always watch carefully. Other than that, hopefully somebody did get something out of this lesson today. If you want to move in that form of life, you move in that gang life, whether you still active or not, you know what consequences come with things you're trying to do. So keep your nose clean. It's really about it. You got a family already. Your main thing is to keep yourself from behind them prison walls so you can be adamant and successful in raising and doing what's necessary for your family and your flock and for your future generations. Keep yourself out of that system. You know, and if you got people that's crashing out left and right, those are the people you might have to leave or move away from. And it won't have to be none personal. But again, I'm trying to move solid. Main focus for today. For those that are celebrating birthdays this week, I ain't forget about y'all. And not forget about y'all. You know, you know. All the Scorpios that are in the building, yes, for those. I ain't forget about y'all this week. Hold on. I ain't forget about y'all. Y'all gotta get the triple whammy. Yeah, you go. Oh yeah. Make sure y'all definitely keeping yourself safe no matter what events you might be getting into for your birthday week. Keep yourself focused, making sure you keeping everything tight and solid. Keep building, creating long lasting memories, and get your dancing.
Don't give in, trust me, cause take all you see. So let me in, don't give in, trust me, cause take all you see. So let me in, don't give in, trust me, cause take all you see. So let me in, don't give in.
You know, definitely keep yourself on the up and up. Main thing to remember is that you are another year older, another year wiser, and you're still on the verge of making greater things happen in life, no matter what age it is. But just keep yourself solid. Keep all your business affairs in order, and everything will be moving forward for y'all. You know, for those following me on Clapper, apologies for yesterday, but I will make it up today. I will definitely be in the building tonight at 6 o'clock. Y'all come rock out. But again, hopefully somebody did get something out of this. You know, remember, you always got to think for yourself. Remember that you are in control of your destination of life. You are in control of your own car. Your body is the car right now. Before your body crash out, you gotta make sure everything is where it need to be at. Just follow protocol of life. Watch everything, and don't react to everything either. You know, see that's the solid growth. Damn, somebody getting arrested today. Damn, my bad, yo. Damn, somebody getting arrested. Shit. Main thing, like I said, is just try to keep yourself out of that system. You're no good to yourself, your family, or anything if you're behind that wall or if you're in an early tombstone. Sorry. It's time for y'all to really know what's important for your life. What should be important for your life, for real, is just trying to gain. Everybody always remember this too. Um, it's about what you're gaining. What's more important? The most important thing should just keep a lasting legacy by building a blueprint, a solid blueprint, especially for yourself, your future offspring, grands, great grands, whoever. Keeping the family tree motivated and going. You know, keeping that tree where it needs to be at, solid, strong, and producing. Even when you're long gone, you should be able to say, "Well, look, I implemented everything. Now I could just lay the rest." But yeah, again, I will definitely see y'all later on at 6 o'clock. Definitely appreciate everybody that's been a part of the bill, still becoming a part of the bill. We still got more great conversations. And yeah, I forgot. I felt real petty today, so I'm gonna be petty again.
Before we start to turn it out, you must first begin to breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Now drop, now drop, now drop, now drop. Breathe in, breathe out.
And I gotta give a solid reminder again for all you birthday babies this week.
Dear friend, I know it's your birthday today, but keep yourself under control. Don't drink all the alcohol in town or the news will be like this tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely make sure y'all turn up. And yeah, again, I'll see y'all at 6. Always a blessing to bring sun to the people, and this is what we're gonna keep doing. Let me get up out of here. It's time for me to figure out lunch. Yeah, I'll definitely see y'all later on. If y'all was new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout outs to the replay gang. Shout outs to the Shadow Mafia and the Shadow Babies. Y'all know what it is, baby. Everybody that was in attendance today, y'all already know that love is love and it'll be reciprocated as such. I don't know how to be fake. All I can do is give you real. That's what I'm gonna do is give you real topics and real bills. Yeah, I'll definitely see y'all later on. Y'all enjoy the rest of your mornings, afternoons, and evenings. And for you future babies, I need my lottery numbers today for tomorrow. I need to win something. But y'all all stay safe. Keep that third eye open. Until the next live, we out here. Peace and blessings.